Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's running a little bit smoother. There was something wrong with, like, I'm looking at my screen over here for anybody that was in the previous live. So I'm looking at my screen over here and I was looking choppy. Like, to myself, I'm like, wait, what? I was like, that don't look good. So I just assumed that there was a connection issue. We'll see if we get any people coming back. I assume there was a connection issue. I think it should be fixed now. Now I look like I'm not choppy. It looked like, so I'm real quick. So I'm just gonna give you. So I'm watching this YouTube page the other day. So it's this guy. He makes fun of Steven Seagal. Apparently he don't like him, but he loves um what's the dude name? The other somebody sent two photos. But he loves what's this dude name? He loves what's the freak is this dude's name? The kicking guy from the 80s, the movie star dude, Jean-Claude Van Damme. He loves that guy. So there's this scene he was trying to show is something dope. I think happened, but I couldn't see it because it was choppy. And they kept replaying it like you could see it, but you can't see it because it was choppy. So I still don't know if they did that on purpose or was it an accident, because it's like a comedy channel, but they do actual comedy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's actual comedy, fam. Because there's just a ton of channels out there that say that they comedy, but they not comedy. They just there to just disrespect people. It's not. It's not comedy, fam. Give me 1 second. Oh, hear it? Neighbor, cool guy. So just so we could be clear, so freaking uh let's get to back to the show. So we was talking about Ja Morant. I want to just get off of this real quick, and I want to know real quick. Put it in the comment section if you don't mind. Who would you choose? One game, Game 7. Who and I? Because they keep saying LeBron and Kobe, LeBron and Jordan. I would take Tim Duncan in a Game 7 to win the game over LeBron. If I could only have one and I got to play against the other, I'm taking Tim Duncan, fam. What who would you take? You only have one. You only can choose one, and you got to play against the other. And for anybody that think that what I'm saying is crazy because I'm a LeBron hater or anything like that, what I need for you to do is I need for you to go look and see who won the 2014 NBA championship. I think that was the last chip that the Spurs won, and they played against Miami. Go look at the rosters, right? And look and see who won. And I'm just going to tell you right now, Spurs won. Why not? And they won 4-1. LeBron is about to get, LeBron might get swept next game. They might get one. They got to get one. They can't not get one, right? But they have a potential to get swept, fam. This is not LeBron hate. This is just saying. An argument could be made, and this is what I think is unfair when people say Jordan could never have done it without Pippen. Pippen was, right? So Pippen was a great player. Don't get this confused. I also don't think that, I think that Jordan and Pippen is the best wing combination of players that's ever played. Wing on the wing. I don't think you can get a better wing combination than Jordan and Pippen. I don't think it's possible. And I think the main reason is because they played such great defense. So I think that's the main reason. So I say all that to say this. So Pippen is a better player than any player that LeBron has on his team right now. Don't get this confused. But when Pippen and Jordan was separate, Jordan left the league. Pardon me. Jordan retired or whatever the hell happened. And Pippen went and played with Barkley, and Pippen went and played with Olajuwon. I think that was proof that of Jordan's greatness. Because Olajuwon and Barkley, and I don't care at what age, are great players. Olajuwon specifically. Shout out to Shakar, SP. Shout out to Darkwing. Salute. Yo, is it choppy over there for y'all, or is it clear? I'm curious. I think it's clear now. In any regard, who y'all got? LeBron. I got Tim Duncan. I'm choosing Tim Duncan over LeBron, fam. I'm sorry. Tim Duncan's a bucket. Tim Duncan is going to be able to stop whoever the guy is he's guarding. Appreciate you, Darkwing. Salute. Tim Duncan, fam. Greatest power forward of all time. So I don't want to hear Jordan LeBron no more. You understand what I'm saying? We got to change that narrative. We got to stop talking about Jordan and LeBron. It's Kobe and Jordan. That's the closest thing. LeBron is different. LeBron has got to be with some... LeBron can't be in the top tier. And to be clear with you, I think Tim Duncan is in the top tier. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He's a player that we don't speak on enough, who's been incredible and who's had an incredible career, and in the biggest shows up, not be the best player on the team, and complains that the players who are not as good as him aren't playing as well as they should be. You understand? See, when you're the best player on the team and you complain you're not getting the rock, that means that's one thing. I respect that. Because you're saying, look, you're not allowing me to help. But when you're the best player on the team and you stay with the ball at all times, and you're complaining that that guy's not making that shot, and you're complaining that that person's not getting that rebound, you can't do that. Now, if the effort ain't there, the effort ain't there. That you could complain about. We got to improve the effort. That's cool. But you can't complain that he didn't get the actual rebound if he was trying. So the point in which I'm trying to make is LeBron chooses, or the media chooses, reasons why his teams lose other than him playing so well that they're not even close to losing. I'm going to tell you the thing that I'm going to tell you why I get upset when I play basketball sometimes or do anything competitive. And I'm going against a team that we should win, not just because I believe myself to have a certain level of ability, but because the people that's on my team I also believe to be competent. So I think that there's no reason why we should even be struggling with these fools. You want to know why I hate struggling in those cases? I'm going to tell you. Because look, listen, pay attention. I can't speak for anybody else. But when I'm supposed to be winning by 10 and I'm winning by 2, I'm pissed. I don't know how anybody else's competitive spirit goes. When we're supposed to just be walking through this team, but we struggling. Because we got a guy on the team that he just decides that the only way that we can win is if he takes all the shots and holds the ball at all times and only gives it up when somebody else is going to take a shot. So that's my competitive spirit. You understand? So I want to win, but I believe we're good enough to walk through these dudes. It's mindset. It's teamwork. In any regard. That's what I think LeBron does. He tries to control every aspect of the game so it could look like when they win, it's because of him. But then when we lose, it's because of you too. Right? Lakers down 0-3. Also, I want to add, when Tim Duncan did what he did to the Heat, he was past his prime. LeBron was in his prime. Bosh was in his prime. And Wade was in his prime. Tim Duncan was past his prime. For all the people that think I'm just hating or I don't know what I'm talking about. Tim Duncan was past his prime. Can somebody look up what year Tim Duncan retired? When he got drafted, 1998 or 1996, right? He ain't come out with Iverson, did he? No, he ain't come out with Iverson, did he? He came from Wake Forest. The big fundamental, fam. He came from Wake Forest. Did he come out with Iverson? I don't think it was the 99 draft. Out of 89 draft, because then they won the chip in 99 against the Knicks, right? In any regard. Let's talk some hip hop. What hip hop stuff y'all want to talk about? Hold on, something funny I found. So Lil Durk allegedly changed his release date because he didn't want to drop the same day as NBA Youngboy. Now check this out. This is what I think happened. First pick 97. Oh, I was 1 year off then. I was like 98 because they was in the finals 99. And then I was still 1 year off because I was like 96. So I was roundabout over there. So just so we could be clear, Tim Duncan was at the end of his career. Appreciate you, Darkwing. Salute. Tim Duncan was at the end of his career, fam. The end of his career. And he was playing against a LeBron, a Wade, and a freaking Bosh while they was in their prime. And he beat them 4-1 in the finals, fam. Yeah, Jet, you should come hoop. That's a fact. Yo, Darkwing, hold on. So, Darkwing, I was on your IG today, right? Looking for something to repost, right? And I saw you was hooping a couple of weeks ago. When we gonna hoop, Darkwing? When you gonna hoop? Pull up over here. Hoop with me over here. When you gonna come hoop, fam? Jet, you in New York? Both of y'all pull up. When y'all gonna come hoop? The weekend, whenever, nigga. What the fuck? What day? When you come hoop? The hell you talking about? I saw you out there with your Iversons on. I was like, this nigga. Okay, for everybody that don't know, Darkwing like always. He always got his drip on. So I saw him. I was like, this nigga out there looked like he the Spurs. First I was like, because he had his Brooklyn on. Yeah, let's do that. What the fuck are you talking about? It ain't nothing but a thing, fam. We can't do it today. Apparently, I don't think there's no basketball out there today. It's a thing. I'm gonna show y'all though. I think they got like some people they're gonna have out there selling shit. So we're gonna probably go out there and I might go live out there. They might have websites or something y'all could purchase from if y'all would like. So I'm gonna go out there and look and see if there's any small businesses that we could ask the questions about what they're doing. Oh, Saturday then? Friday. Friday's good? Yeah, Sunday is church day. Friday can see Sunday. See, the problem with Saturday is I'm gonna say after church. Can you exercise on church on the Sabbath? I don't know if you can exercise on the Sabbath. They repainted or they repainting? I thought they finished repainting the West 4th jump off. I thought there was an event over there yesterday, but it rained like crazy. That's why we didn't go to the event yesterday or the shit that we was gonna go to last night. It was the rain was crazy. Yeah, after church. Go get blessed by the Lord, but you gonna be on my team though. So I'm gonna pass the ball. I like passing the ball. I could see the play if I pass the ball. If I do some dope shit, I can't see it. But if I do a pass, I can see the guy score, so I can see it. If I score, I can't see it. I don't know what happened. Anyway, hold on. I really think like that though, on real talk though. Darkwing says, I spoke to dude on Wednesday. He said a couple of days to finish paying, but who knows? It should be done. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, I want to go hoop, man. But I want to go hoop. Like I want to go. That's why I prefer to play half courts nowadays, because it's easier to play a half court and everybody touch the ball. There's only 3-4 people on the team at the most, and it's in a half court. And we playing, so everybody get to play. When you play that full court, a lot of times you're gonna have dudes that, you know what I'm saying, like maybe your game don't mesh with theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have that dude on your team that always think we got to slow the ball up every single play, when you got another guy on the team who he wants to go down, get position real quick, throw me the ball so I can score when I only got one guy. You know, you got the guy that wants to slow the ball up so the defense could get ready. So you got people that just got different ways of playing, fam. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't want to, a lot of times they don't want to be open to change. They just assume the thing that you want to do is wrong. Jet Li says, well, instead of thinking that sometimes it's perspective and sometimes you do slow the ball up, but sometimes you push the ball. You don't do one thing the whole game, fam. Jet Li says, I'm in PA, but from Newark, I'm close, only about a 40-minute away. I'll come to Penn Station and hop on the train to catch the bus up there and get on. God dang it, you gonna do all that? Okay, let's hope. What day we choose? We choosing next Sunday after church. Come on. Sheesh, that's a lot. What up, Arthur D. Glass? Salute. This is good morning, BBN fan. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, come hoop though. What can I tell you? One of y'all bring y'all girlfriend too, so they can hold the camera. Or one of y'all got a kid, right? Bring your kid. Bring your kid so they can hold the camera, fam. You need somebody to hold the camera. I'm gonna say something real quick. All right, so I'm gonna explain to you the reason why having a male in your household is going to a competent male in your household. It improves. Now, I'm not gonna speak about it. We talk about the millions of different ways of having a competent woman in the household improves the situation. But I'm going to explain what the children are missing when the male isn't in the household and when the male doesn't have that child in him still. I think it's important for us as men to keep that child in us. Like, it's important. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's how we keep our connection with children, because we don't bear them like women do. Women carry this child and then they push this child out, and that's an incredible experience that we don't have. So we have to have a different connection to the child. And I think that our connection to the child is it deals with also our ability to stay children ourselves to a degree. So I say all this to say this. One of the reasons why it's important to have a male in the house, because that child needs somebody to follow behind and to emulate and do. Because kids don't learn by you telling them. They learn by seeing. So when you have a competent male in the household, we don't sit around all day. You know, he has a hobby. He does a thing. You know, that's something that, you know, and obviously I'm not speaking negatively at all about women. Women are just the greatest. And when you don't have one in the household, the children suffer often. And I think it's different problems that those kids deal with. So, just so we can be clear. But and not but and I want to add, so when you have a male in the household, that's something that could happen. Because what was the thing I'm thinking about? When you have children in the household, that's when you could go do projects. You understand? Because you got a helper. See, that's why I don't understand why I understand if your kid lives nowhere near you. I get it. You can't get to your kid to go do stuff. But when your kid lives under that roof with you, you got somebody to help you do projects. And I'm not talking about stuff that's not fun. I'm saying doing stuff that's fun, that they're going to love, that they're going to appreciate, that they're going to carry with them. You understand? I think that those things are important. I think it gets lost on us as a people sometimes, that we got to try harder to get along. And some of them qualities that you see in people that you laugh about or you say is childish or foolish, that might be their connection to God. So keep that creativity in you and don't let nobody douse that flame. But yeah, we need kids. We need helpers. Sheesh. Yeah. And if it's something that, some bucks get coming in on it, you got to pay the kid. But generally, yeah, you got the kid helping you do something. The kid's, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. The kid helping you do something. You turn that thing into money. You got to pay the kid. Pay the kid. You do the regular parent stuff, because you're not going to stop feeding the kid. You're not going to stop paying actual bills. But now you pay the kid. And now the kid has money and learn how to use the money. And now we could teach some economy lessons. Anyway, and then you go. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Somebody put the Cash App up there just because. Why not? What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. So I think the Dirk, I know I switched straight off of that topic because we was talking about something else. I think that Dirk NBA young boy situation is more industry games. You understand? I don't think Dirk ever was gonna drop. Remember, he just does that. Every time his ops drop, he pretends he's gonna drop and then drops a single. Then he do that to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Remember, he was supposed to be dropping that album, but then they don't drop the album. Drake dropped that single. Nobody else remembers that? I can't be the only guy that remembers that. So I thought that was interesting. So that might just be something that he does. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was planning on dropping a single, but I don't think there was ever an album that was planned on being dropped. I don't think there was ever an album. And if you notice, he did something similar. Also, previously he had Drake, and it was dropped off of Drake's album, Laugh Now, Cry Later. And this time he actually had J. Cole on the song. So, he's also going after, obviously, when he's doing this, he's not doing this by himself. He's doing this with lyricists with supreme bars, obviously. Whatever you think about Drake, he has some of the he has some mean bars, like the mean bars. Whatever you think about Drake, he can rap. He can rap. I'm gonna tell you something I hate. I hate when somebody don't like somebody, so they say the thing that the person does they can't do, like even if the person is good at it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't understand that. Like, I just can't understand that. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like if I don't like you, but you good at something, I'm not gonna say you're not good at it because I think that's just me, uh, being dishonest. So if you really good at the thing, or if I really believe you to be good at the thing, I'm gonna be honest that you're good at the thing. Like that's so I don't. You gotta understand. Like I don't understand a lot of this shit people do. It don't work for me. So just because you don't like them, you're gonna lie about whether the person can do a thing or can't do a thing. So you're gonna make a problem between you and God because you don't like that person. So I don't get it. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. I don't get it. Maybe it makes sense. I don't know. I don't get it. Be honest with you. Like you're gonna have make a whole issue with you and God because you don't like that dude over there or that woman over there. So you're just gonna be lying. So now you gotta bring God in. You got a problem with it. So people just do weirdo shit to me. I don't get it. In any regard. I think those strippers, could we say something about the John Morant situation real quick? I think those strippers are being petty. If anybody think those strippers are being petty, drop some frost. I think those strippers are being petty. They want bad things to happen to John Morant for whatever the reason is that don't make sense to me, just so we can be clear. Um, from what I heard, allegedly, the problem might be that he went into the strip club and he was just with one woman. And if that is true, if he went in there, he was only with one woman. That means the thing that I said that they should have did is what they should have did. And what they should have did was, as soon as he came to Memphis, instead of trying to bring him in with all of the gangs and all of the jewelry and all of the other gold and all of that other stuff that they was doing, what they should have did was they should have just found him a woman and then helped him build his legacy. And that's what they should have did. Um, all young men want guidance, right? Not everybody is in the position to give guidance, not because they don't have the requisite information, but because they don't have the requisite notoriety. So a lot of times you might know what is something that somebody should be able to do. Because remember, we're not supposed to lean on our own understandings, meaning that we can't solve any of our own problems. You do understand that, right? God solves our problems. Now, how does God work? God works through other people. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So if he did go to the strip club and he was only with one woman all night, that probably lends to the idea that they should have just found him a wife. They should have just introduced him into a nice woman. That's it. He looked like a shy nigga that don't know how to handle money. That's what he looked like to me. I don't think he a bad person, and I think the majority of what he's doing is because at that moment he's just with the wrong people. I also believe that there's a good chance that he might have been doing similar things like this before all of this happened, probably just not with the flashing of the guns and all this stupid shit. But remember, he signs that deal with Nike. He gets more money now. He already was money out the wazoo, but now he gets more money. And sometimes it's not the money, the actual physical money, that is the thing that changes the person. Sometimes it's, like I said, the notoriety. Because now who do you listen to? So you got to be mindful of when you even get in tutelage from somebody, or you are, because so one of the reasons why I don't generally take everybody's advice is I went through an extremely long period of my life where I had people that were giving me advice that I was actually taking, but all of the advice that they were giving me was to benefit them. So I would go and I would try to get advice on a situation, and I'd be talking to these people who I believed at that period of my time, even though, whatever strained relationship we might have had, they still had my best interest in mind, right? So I would go seek advice, and they would never give me, whenever I received advice from them, nothing good ever happened for me. And often the opposite of whatever I was trying to do actually ended up happening. So I need for people to be able to show me a certain level of understanding of something before they can discuss it and tell me what I need to be doing. So sometimes a person might know what they're talking about, but because they can't explain it to me well enough because of previous situations I've been in, I might not take that advice. Now, I'm saying that because I wanted you to understand. Just because someone is saying something to John Morant that might be contrary to the behavior that he's currently depicting, that doesn't mean that he's being receptive. And him not being receptive doesn't mean that he's not being mature. It doesn't mean that he's not actively trying to be a better person. All it means is that the person that's giving him the information might not be somebody that he's ready to accept it from. Now, with that being said, once again, the Most High says, don't lean on your own understanding. That's another reason why we need to read the Bible. We can't fix our own problems with our own ideas. Don't lean on your own understanding. Facts over opinions. How y'all doing this morning? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I want to know what y'all want to talk about specifically. Put it in the chat. I want to know what y'all want to. I want to know what y'all want to talk about specifically. I have no idea why you're saying Hassan Shipman's name in the chat. I have no idea. I have no idea why you're saying that guy's name in the chat. I didn't even know me and him had an issue. So if we do have an issue, it's something I don't even know about. So that's like somebody just coming in here and saying Wilt Chamberlain. Well, I don't know Wilt Chamberlain, but I'm just saying a random name that, if I knew Wilt Chamberlain, somebody just came here and just said Wilt Chamberlain. And I'm like, but I don't have an issue with that person. I don't even, if that person has an issue with me, it's something I don't even know about. So I don't know what to tell you. If that person has an issue with me, it's something I don't even know about. But there's a lot of people that got issues with me and I don't know nothing about it. That's why I told you I gotta die. That's why I told you that. I don't know nothing about it. I don't even know. I don't have the slightest idea and I don't know what happened. That's why I keep telling you I gotta die. Because people just have issues with me and I never know why. Nobody never tell me and I never know why and I don't know nothing. And then 9 times out of 10, I didn't even do the thing. Anyway. But I'm just saying I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's gonna die. And then all my problems go away. So I'll say this much about the John Morant situation, just so we could be clear. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I'm not sure why everything went left for him. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea why John Morant chooses to surround himself with the influences that encourage the promotion of the activities that currently got him in trouble. What I mean by this is this. So I'm pretty sure what he's doing, other basketball players are also, some of them are also doing these things, right? Who basketball players go to strip clubs, man. For everybody that don't know, everybody remember when they said Carmelo Anthony? I think Carmelo Anthony has a kid with a stripper, actually, from New York City. That I think that was the reason why him and his wife, actually, Lala, actually separated, right? So they go to strip clubs, man. So it's not him going to the strip club. It's not him throwing money at the strip club. It's not him brandishing the weapon at the strip club. It's not any of that. It's 100% the promotion of it. So I'm not saying I don't know why he did those things that people are mad at. I don't know him, and I also am not here to judge how he decides to enjoy himself. What I'm saying is, it's him knowing that he has a specific job, which is selling merchandise. You know, that's what his job is. I mean, he plays basketball. Don't get this confused. But they just gave him a $200 million contract, Nike. So who's paying him more money? The person who's paying you more money is the person you work for. He don't have the Nike contract because Nike just want him to have the contract. He has a Nike contract because of the basketball player that he is. He has contracts with other large companies that he's a spokesperson for. That supplement, that gives him more money than the money that he's making in the NBA. So for the people that are saying, why is the NBA upset? He's young. He can do whatever he wants. Yes, he can. But he's not one of these players that just show up, grab some rebounds, and hit some threes. He's one of the players that put seats in butts. Butts in seats. He has a different job. I saw somewhere where I think it was Chris Kaman. People were like, Chris Kaman got all of these guns and nobody's mad at him. Chris Kaman also, just so we could be clear, it's not his job to put butts in seats. It's not his job to sell sneakers. It was his job to grab some rebounds and defend some big guys in the paint. That's what his job was. Just so we could be clear. So he could be on social media with all the guns he wants. Because they're not trying to make money off of his image. This is the issue that I have when people try to say that they're speaking out in the protection of colored people, black people specifically. It don't be a one-for-one comparison. And by it not being a one-for-one comparison, more likely than not, you're showing disrespect to the position that the black person is in. This isn't a one-for-one comparison. Chris Kaman So currently, what happened? So this is what happened with John Morant. And when I explain this, you're gonna understand. This is what I believed happened in the John Morant situation. And when I explain my position, you'll understand why I don't think that anything would have happened with Chris Kaman or any other basketball player on his level. At his level. John Morant's up here. With all due respect to Chris Kaman, he's down here in the NBA. As far as his marketability, not his marketability. So hold on, listen, pay attention. You think the NBA just said we mad at John Morant because we're not going to sell tickets? That's not what happened. So for everybody that don't know, Kia is a partner with the NBA. Like the NBA. I mean, like the Nike, a partner with the NBA. They're partners with the NBA. They don't normally, at least one of the ways in which they decide to go through to the player isn't always directly through their agent. Often what happens is they be in negotiations with the NBA, like Kia. Like, why do you think they had, what's this dude name? Griffin, in the dunk contest. He jumped over the Kia. And everybody's like, that was only a big deal because that's what people were doing on social media at that point, if you didn't know. They was having a lot of basketball, they was having like a lot of dunk competitions and shit like that on Instagram and YouTube, I guess. And they were showing people jumping over cars, but they were jumping over not the hood. They was jumping over the car. Like, the part we sit in with the passengers. They was like, where if you was cutting, they gotta look like that. This dude jumped over the hood because that had to deal with safety violation, part of regulations and making sure that the player don't get injured, just so we could be clear. Remember? They had the guy throw the oop from sitting inside of the sunroof. The dude was in the sunroof and he threw the oop. So hold on, listen, pay attention. I'm not 100% sure how many different brands he specifically is a spokesperson for, but it's at least 4 with sans Nike. Without Nike, you take Nike out of it, sans Nike, it's at least 4. When that thing happened, you don't think that those people was on the fucking bat phone to the NBA saying, y'all gotta fix this? Now, who would have did that for Chris Kaman? Who was Chris Kaman selling product for that would have called the NBA up and say, y'all gotta fix this? Who? Also, Chris Kaman had his guns in a setting that looked like he was a hunter. This dude had the gun, waving around the gun in the strip club and waving around a gun in a fucking moving car. So that's the issue that I have. This is not a 1-for-1, fam. It's not a 1-for-1. How are we supposed to save John Morant if we're going to also try to look for excuses for his behavior? Like when somebody do something evil to somebody and you say, oh, I think that they deserved it though. So you're just going to excuse the evil behavior. Anyway, anything y'all guys want to discuss, put it in the chat. Anything y'all want to discuss, put it in the chat. There's supposed to be a there's supposed to be a fair out here today. I might go out there if it looks like I'm gonna look around. If it looks like they have online businesses or something that people might want to order from or something, I might go live. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, just enjoy your day, man. Just go do good and do it for the sake of the Most High. Don't just do it for. Just do it and do it in the Most High's name. I'm out.